Is your dog constantly barking, jumping, or chewing on the leash, or pulling on the leash? Before you start training your dog more, or even focus on training, or even buying gadgets or tools, have you considered the amount of exercise that you're providing for your dog? Many behavioral issues develop when your dog's needs are not met. One of them is exercise. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you the link between exercise and behavior, the benefits of exercise for your dog, how to customize or tailor exercise to your dog's needs or the breed. By focusing on these three things, you'll be able to improve your dog by 20%. Let's dive in. So regular exercise routine for your dog helps your dog to reduce anxiety and that pent up energy. Therefore, you're going to start reducing unwanted behavior such as chewing, barking, or even aggression. So one of the things that I've noticed is when I don't exercise Annie enough, or I don't exercise her at all, she starts looking for trouble. She starts doing things that are very unusual. She starts digging in the yard, rolling in the yard, barking at strangers. And that is one of the interesting parts of lacking exercise, basically, which is when you don't exercise your dog enough, they become more reactive. So for example, when I start exercising her, and if somebody passes by the backyard, because I haven't exercised her yet, she is more reactive. She sees them and she starts barking at them. But during or after the exercise session, people can be passing by and she doesn't care. So what this tells us is that if dogs are not exercised enough or properly, their neuron system is more reactive. Their senses becomes more sensitive, more heightened. And you're going to say, well, that's better. But the problem is when you don't exercise your dog enough or properly, they're staying always on that heightened fear or flight mode, which is not good. You don't want your dog to stay in that mode. So that's why most dogs who are reactive, or they are sensitive or even fearful, and they react to other dogs or other people or situation, one of the reasons that they are reactive is because their senses are on and they're in a zone that we need to bring them back to calmer state. And the way you can change that behavior or change that state of mind is by providing enough or proper amount of exercise for your dog. So next, let's talk about the benefits of exercise for your dog. So first of all, it prevents obesity and also development of health issues. So with regular movement, you're reducing the risk of joint issues to develop, preventing diabetes, heart disease. Plus it strengthens the muscles and the joints as well, prevents arthritis. Exercise, especially walks, improves digestion, especially if you exercise your dog before you feed your dog or before their meals. There is a twist there about walking and exercising before or after exercise. I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper, which you need to understand. Recent studies in human health has shown that a walk after a meal is a good idea. Not only it helps with digestion, but also it helps with reducing weight gain when you walk after any meal. But in dogs, I still believe that you need to let them rest after they eat their meal, because naturally animals, when they eat, let's say an animal goes for a hunt and hunts its prey and then eats it, they don't exercise after that. They eat as much as they can and then just rest and digest. So in animals, in nature, it's very common that you eat and rest. You don't exercise after you eat. You don't walk, you don't run around, you don't fight, you don't play or anything like that. You just rest and digest. So that's why the formula that I've created, it focuses on exercise first, training, socialization, and then care, which one of them is eating, and then affection. So you have to look at your dog as an animal and follow that formula as well. Plus, when you exercise your dog properly and in good amounts, it improves their sleep. Not only they sleep more and often, they're sleeping deeper as well when you exercise your dog properly. I have seen a lot of comments and notes from my viewers that they say their dog doesn't sleep well at night. That's because during the day, not only they get maybe less sleep, but also they don't exercise properly or they don't exercise enough. So therefore at night they're not tired enough to sleep or fall into a deep sleep. Let's talk about tailoring exercise to your dog's needs. Every dog, every breed needs specific amount of exercise and specific way of exercise. For example, a young border collie will need more stimulation, more physical activities than a senior or older bulldog. The key here is to find exercises that your dog really enjoys and likes to do, and not focus on what you like to do as an exercise. For example, if you like to go for a jog, it doesn't mean that your dog also likes to go for a jog. You can't drag a dog by you and make it enjoy that activity. In most cases, I suggest dog owners, if, for example, you like to go for a jog, you go on your own. And if you see that your dog is not enjoying to jog with you, then you don't have to drag your dog. You don't have to force your dog to do that. Instead, focus on what your dog really likes. If your dog likes walks, just give them walks. If your dog likes to play with them. If your dog likes to play with other dogs, give the dog opportunity to play with other dogs. Any exercise that your dog specifically likes to do. So, for example, Annie, she likes walking, to go for a walk, but she loves this game. She loves this game of fetch. So if I take her for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour walk, when we come back, she still wants to play this game. So even though I have walked her for an hour, she still prefers to have this activity. So you have to find what is the ideal or your dog's favorite activity and then provide that all the time. Now, I'm not saying just because, for example, Annie likes walks but loves fetch, I just have to provide fetch for her. No, you can provide both of them, but make sure that you provide your dog's favorite activity every day. So that way you're satisfying your dog's need. Also, you're making your dog stay happy and improve the endorphin levels. So the other reason you want to find out your dog's favorite exercise or activity is because if you focus on that, you have a tool in your toolbox that you can use anytime it's needed. So for example, in winter here, that is -20 outside, I can't take her for a walk. It's just uncomfortable for me and for her to go for a walk. So I have to come up with a different plan, which is playing her favorite game for a short period of time, maybe more often indoors, and then she gets happy. So there are many ways to exercise a dog, but the most common forms of exercise is playing with other dogs, you playing with your dog, playing fetch, interactive play sessions with your dog, such as training. Training is very interesting that if you can include in your exercise routine, you're hitting a couple of birds at once. I like to use exercise and training at the same time, because not only improving my dog's behavior by including some training in there, but also I am making sure that my dog is getting both physical and mental stimulation. Next time we're going to talk about mental stimulation or training. When it comes to exercising your dog, you want to focus on healthier ways of exercising your dog that doesn't cause stress in your dog. And the reason you want to reduce the stress level is because stress can cause your dog to develop unwanted behaviors, and you don't want to emphasize or encourage your dog to do activities that it's not enjoying. So regular exercise or physical stimulation is not just about improving your dog's physical health. It also improves or affects your dog's behavior. So too much of exercise can cause stress. Too little amount of exercise can cause also stress in your dog, which eventually is going to develop into unwanted behaviors such as jumping, aggression, pulling on the leash, reactivity, and all kinds of other behaviors. So most dog owners, they wonder why their dog is behaving certain way. And one of the reasons could be because you're not providing the proper amount of exercise or the right form of exercise for your dog. In my next video, as I said, I'll dive into the proper way of training or mentally stimulating your dog. So stay tuned for that. But if you need a personalized way of guiding you and helping you to develop a better relationship with your dog and have a better behaving dog, I'm available to coach you and help you. Let's talk about your dog's specific needs and create a plan that actually works for both of you. If you want to learn more about my program, I have a link in the description that you can actually book a free video call and have a chat with me to see if this program is ideal for you or not. And I'll see you next time. And until next time, have fun with your dog.